Good morning. Good morning and welcome to Scott's Amateur Woodshop. Well, I hope you've taken my advice and got your very first tool, but now you have a problem. It's going to get dull, and that's not safe, and it's certainly not fun. So, you need to do a quick maintenance session every time you do a whittling session. And yes, I mean you, everyone. And I hope to convince you of that today and show you that it's not that hard. Now, I have another video showing a starter sharpening kit. It's a couple of small stones in a pond, and this is great for that. You pull it out, you do 2 minutes at the beginning or at the end of when you're whittling, or using the knife. Basically every time it comes out for a session, not every time it comes out for one cut. You need to just touch it up, and then your sharpening life will be easy. Now, sharpening stones can be a challenge to use. Holding it at a consistent angle while you're moving can be a challenge. And so today I thought I'd focus on showing you an easier way, and this is an alternative to a stone. So, let's take out my knife. More 120 that I showed you, very first tool you should buy. Okay, and now, here's a strop. Now what I did is I went on Amazon and I bought a random collection of scraps of horse butt leather. If you don't use animal products, I would encourage you to check out a product called tree leather. You might get a folder and cut out a piece from it or something like that. Or you can even use just a small piece of wood as long as it's flat. And then you should go on Lee Valley and you should buy a block of their green compound, and you should rub it all over this like a crayon. So now it has kind of a green tinge. And the other side you leave plain, and you'll find a use for that too, because you can also strop without compound. But we're going to strop with compound, which is actually a braiding material away and sharpening. So I'll show you a technique that I use to find a consistent angle and keep it there. First thing I do is I take out my knife. Remember, twist to break the static friction. And you'll notice that this knife has a single wide bevel that goes all the way to the edge. I'm going to try and show you that up close if the camera will focus. I'm talking about this right here on this side, not this. Now that's a nice, basically flat surface. And what you need to do is balance that on the strop so that that flat surface is resting flat on the strop. So you're going to be observant, you're going to look at the shadows, you're going to dial it in carefully, and when you're sure you got it there, you pull the strop. Okay? Now do it again. Make sure you get all the way to the tip of the blade this time. Just like that. Okay. Do it again. Maybe 5 times, 10 times. You don't need to do a lot because you're a good maintainer. You're on top of this and you do it every time you have a whittling session. That's the beauty of this. Now you got to go the other way. So we're going to flip the knife over, do the same thing, and pull. Now this is great because the hand that's holding the knife doesn't have to move around. It can just totally focus on holding that consistent angle. Maybe 5, 10 times. For the video, let's say 3 is enough. And now, you're going to have a beautiful experience because you have a freshly touched up knife. So, take your stick or your block or whatever you have, and this is great. Look at this. You're just going to take off these perfect little curls of wood. Beautiful. I wish you could see this better, but really what I want is for you to have this experience for yourself. You can take off tiny little curls of wood. And this is a wonderful experience that I hope you have every time. And it's much safer because the last thing you want is a dull knife that behaves unpredictably and can slip, and trust me, a dull knife is still sharp enough to injure a person. So I think that's about it for today. Thank you for showing up. Remember to use the buttons down here, and I hope you have a joyous and productive day. Bye now.